24 hours later. Hours. Why is there a H on hours? I mean, time is hours anyway. 24 hours. It would be easy enough to sort of signify that the word hours, O-U-R-S, with a number in front of it related to time. Also, I mean, they'd be dropping the H, wouldn't it? Which we do anyway. And then we all run around screaming, running into walls, regretting that we ever existed at all. For perhaps, I don't know what's the half-life of a nuclear fish on experimentedly. It's no joke, is it, really? And if anybody thinks it is, well, I suggest you check out Nagasaki or Hiroshima, or even Atoll, and the after effects of those watching there. That shelter thing. They might have stockpiles of food, and yeah, they can grow it down there too. They will be living down there for a fucking long time. I mean, well, one starts to think about the sewerage and stuff, and it backing up after thousands of years, because light a cigarette, go into an empty room, blow a bit of smoke around, you can see it, shut the door, go away for X amount of time, go back, open the door, have a look, can you see the smoke? Is it still there? So, I mean, besides the pollution we've already put into the atmosphere, where does it go? Do you think it goes into outer space? I'm not a physicist, so the physics of particles of well, I suppose the solution is in considering there is no oxygen in space, so that suggests that the atmosphere we breathe somehow is bound to the ionosphere, is it called? Although the HART project is pushing that. Interesting. I wonder if it would pop like a bubble or a balloon, and then air will go gushing out, planet will vacuumize, and we all turn inside out. Was that a movie? Gosh, Anthony, and you'll get blamed again for wearing your clothes inside out. They'll say you did it. I've been scapegoated me since, well, since I could Well, at least since I could move around and be blamed for anything that occurred. And I'm not surprised, or I wouldn't be surprised to find that, whatever, I'm not really interested. Sooner forget, well, so much forget as release memories, and I suppose there might be some there, because I didn't sort of reach a empty, vacuumous space then in the, would it be the mind? I don't know, I don't understand anything, me. I don't want to, I don't need to, I don't need to understand to put one leg in front of the other. To walk, I don't need to understand how the mechanics of movements allow me to. And I suppose if one hasn't been able to walk, then understanding the mechanics of movement would assist one to move again, or for the first time if someone hasn't moved at all already and they use the mechanics of movement as a tool to assist them to understand the mechanics of movement, to be able to move themselves for the first time. It gets down to that again, doesn't it? Flat earth theory, or round earth theory actually, because flat earth theory, there was no theory when it was flat, it was just earth. Theory only developed when they started to realise what appeared to be flat wasn't actually flat. And so I'm not against, I'm not interested in understanding myself, though I understand that there are those that might want to understand, and there are those that might need to understand how to consider all life existence, to be able to create a world where all life can live with dignity. I can do it automatedly, and I don't see that as a necessarily bad thing, though there are aspects of me still that is not considering all in all that I say, think and do, obviously, otherwise it wouldn't be manifesting in the existence that we currently exist within and as. What else has happened? I had detectives round twice yesterday. They was looking for 85B. I live at 85. They came to my door, asked me, was this 85B? Now these are detectives. They could not detect where flat B was. It's only 4 flats: 85, 85A, 85B and 85C. There's only one entrance door to the building. There's only one staircase. Now my door is the first one you come to. Though if I was a detective, I wouldn't need to knock on the first door I came to out of 4 to ask where the door I was looking for was. And you wouldn't expect anyone really to have to do such a thing. Though detectives, I'd be surprised if they get less than £30,000 a year. at least £600 a week. I don't know what it is in dollars. Google. You can put currency converter in Google. The Google don't do one, strangely enough. I wonder why. There must be a reason for that. And it happened twice. First the females. The woman was carrying a bale of reading material. I said, she said, is this 85B? I pointed at the number 85. Said nothing. As they were leaving the vestibule, said, it's suspicious that you carry a bundle of reading material yet you cannot read. And then two chaps came. And what's your name? The man says when I opened the door. I looked at him. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, he's just knocked on my door and he's demanding my name. The other one says, is this 85B? As I start to point to the number, he flashes some warrant card, I think they're called. I point to the number 85. Is 85B upstairs, he says. I said, 85, 85A. Is it likely to be downstairs? Arrogantly fucking responded back to me. Perhaps he thought that was arrogant of me to say that. It disturbed me. I was busy. Anyway, I go and sit on the stairs, but have a cigarette and drink my coffee. Wait for him to come down and say, I suppose it would have been easier for me to say yes to the question, is 85B upstairs, rather than it's unlikely to be downstairs, isn't it? Though you're insulting my intelligence. And how would you react if I did the same to you insulting his intelligence? He went on to insult my intelligence further. It's a metaphor-ish, meaning you're taking the piss out of me, mate, unnecessarily. Why are you doing it? Because it suggests that I'm thick, and I ain't. That's such though, defining oneself as intelligent and thick, and you know, I'm just life, I'm just life, full of life. Anyway, they weren't happy, though. It's like this, I'm honest, I don't break the law. There's fuck all they can do to me other than further show me the corrupt nature, which they don't need to, because I know its existence. And I ain't worried, though they're getting paid an enormous amount of money, £600 a week. That's 5 times as much as I get, and he's asking me where 85B is, and there are only 4 choices. He's knocked on mine, then it isn't mine, so that leaves 3 choices, and he's getting paid 5 times as much as me for being a detective. Fucking hell. I mean, at this point I perhaps used to slap myself in the head in amazement, sort of expressively, though I never did. I saw it on television and I imagined myself to be doing it. Irrefutably, unquestionable, unquestionably irrefutable. Today is Friday, the 11th of March 2011. it will soon be the 21st of December 2012. Not soon enough, mate. Let's get it over with.